Are you one of those who can't resist the urge of pulling? Your Primogems hit 160 and you tell yourself, well, one more pull won't hurt now, will it? Fear not, you are at the right video. Good day everyone, this is Zephimus talking. I've made this video in an attempt to reduce your Genshin Impact wishing addiction and explain why you should think twice before you spend any Primogems. This video applies mostly to free-to-play and low-spender players. There are a few methods and facts that will prevent someone from wasting his precious Primos on a banner without considering the consequences. Before I begin, there are a few things that need to be clarified in order for you to better understand the hardships you will encounter once you start saving for a particular character. You must refrain from wasting a single Primogem until the character that you want so much gets released or gets a rerun. You might have to wait for weeks or months to see the character on a banner, but the more you save, the more guaranteed you are to see that character in your account's character roster. If you're still here, then without further ado, let's begin. Number 1. Avoid building pity. One of the most common mistakes almost everyone does is building pity. The phrase clone of Teyvat refers to the people who are pulling on a featured limited 5-star banner with the idea that they won't get the 5-star character or weapon early. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they want that 5-star character or weapon. Imagine this, you make single after single pull until you finally realize that you've got yourself a limited 5-star character while you were building pity for the next character banner. Okay, let's be honest here. You must never pull unless you are okay getting the featured 5-star character or weapon. Pity resets every time you get a single 5-star. It's even possible to get a 5-star with just one pull right after your previous 5-star. Now what if you want a featured 4-star from that banner? Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Every banner has many featured 4-stars, so it's possible to get other 4-stars instead of the one you want. Also, you might never get the featured 4-star before actually getting the featured 5-star first. Are you still okay with that? It's up to you. Number 2. Waifu and Husbando over meta. If you're one of those who prefer waifu and husband over meta, it's alright, but every character also deserves to be balanced and worth your investment. Some characters have potential locked behind constellations, while others are more free-to-play friendly at C0 and they require much lower investment. In addition, some characters possess a very restrictive playstyle and you need to choose the right team comps in order for them to prove their usefulness, while others possess a more universal playstyle and they can easily fit in almost every team comp. You should never pull for a support with a restrictive playstyle if you do not already own a proper DPS. For example, Senha is a very valuable support if you associate her with Ayaka or Ganyu. So consider pulling for the DPS character first to avoid having an unutilized character in your character roster. In the end, everyone's opinion is bound to be subjective and I'm not here to judge anyone's personal preference. Just make sure you don't end up pulling for a 5-star character without a plan on how to utilize him or her. Number 3. Think about the worst case scenario. We all know that every banner has a pity system. Take the limited character banner for example. It requires you to make 90 wishes in order to trigger its pity mechanism. Activating the pity mechanism will reward players with a limited 5-star character or a simple standard all-time 5-star character if you lose 50-50. Now let's say the worst case scenario happens and you have to hit pity twice in order to get the limited 5-star character just once. This is equal to 32,000 Primos or 180 total wishes. Things are only getting worse with a limited weapon banner. The pity mechanism will activate once you do 80 wishes, but you might need to hit pity not twice but thrice, and then you are fully guaranteed to get the 5-star weapon of your choice. Again, this is equal to 38,400 Primos or 240 total wishes. I really hope that none of you ever need to hit pity multiple times for just one limited 5-star. It's safe to say that the probability of this happening is really low, but not zero. Number 4. Do not let your friends or others seduce you into doing something you do not want. Every time a new version gets released, it comes along with several character banners, and you might see a lot of people from the community or even your friends pulling for these characters. Don't get tempted though. Hoyoverse will keep releasing many character banners before you ultimately see the character you desire on a banner. Consistent self-discipline is key here. In any case, there is no way for you to get every single character available unless you really open up your wallet. But remember this, Genshin Impact is just a game. Your mental and financial well-being is more important. Number 5. Create a new account. New accounts have easy Primogem access and you don't need to worry about wishing too much, especially at the beginning of the game. It will also encourage you to play with other characters that you do not own or haven't upgraded because of the limited amount of energy resources in your main account. Creating a new account might not work for everyone though, because some people do not have a lot of free time on their hands. Number 6. Do not exchange your Primogems to Fates if you are not going to wish directly. I hear people say that whenever your Primogems hit 160, converting Primos into Fates is an effective method to prevent someone from wishing, as it becomes less tempting to make a single pull. But let me tell you this, currently the game has two types of Fates, Intertwined Fates and Acquaint Fates. In the future there is a possibility for Hoyoverse to add a new type of Fate called X-Fate. What if that happens and you have spent all your Primos? This is just a speculation, but beware. Number 7. Have you really leveled up every character that you like in your roster? If you happen to be an endgame player, then yes, I'm talking to you. Sometimes it is best to take a break from these painful artifact domains and start to ascend characters or even upgrade weapons. You can also try building teams around the character that you are planning to get. This will increase your motivation and you will be better prepared once the character finally arrives. So, you have finally started saving Primogems for a particular character. Let's take a moment to summarize the methods that I mentioned earlier. Never pull without a plan. Never pull if you're not okay getting the featured 5-star. Choose your waifu, husbando, loli or sota wisely and dedicate some time on character guides to see if you liked the character's playstyle. Think about the worst case scenario and act accordingly. Do not let others seduce you into doing something you will regret after doing. Lastly, try to level up and play with other characters or make a new account to lessen your urge of pulling. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you found all these methods useful and I really appreciate that you took the time to watch this video until the end. Thanks for watching. Zephymus signing off.